Hi, YouTube. Welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks, but I've been gathering information that I wanted to talk about. Just kidding. Anyway, this is for the blog portion of Do Re Mi. As I mentioned before, that I am an aspiring classical singer. What I want to talk about today is fear. Fear in singing and musicianship, all of that. I don't know if I mentioned this in the previous blog, but I started initially with music as a violinist, or I played the violin. I did that consistently for about 13 years. That was my first love. I really wanted to go to school for that, and then I got into singing and changed my mind. I went to school for singing, and the rest is history. But violin still is my first love, and I have a very big place in my heart for it, and I miss it a lot, especially when I go to concerts and I see and hear other people play. I wonder what I would sound like if I still continued taking lessons, and if I went to school for that, and I still really want to play. I miss playing. I just don't have as much time for it now, and my focus is singing and work and other things like that. But anyway, when I just went to a concert on Labor Day for the strings program, and when I was sitting there watching them, of course, I felt excitement and I felt sadness because I miss it. And then I was watching at how skilled some of these players are, especially the ones who were still just in high school. And it made me think about how I don't think I would have progressed as much as I would have desired to, because I know now that I was afraid. I was afraid of making mistakes. In developing your technique, you have to practice a lot, and with violin, it's so much easier to just practice for hours and hours and hours. I mean, your fingers build calluses, and you can just you play the same thing over and over again that you're having trouble with, and you just keep going. Singing is not like that, but we'll get to that later. But even with that, anything that was beyond third position for violin, and if you played an stringed instrument, you know what that means. I was afraid to do that. It sounded horrible. It was difficult, and I got frustrated and upset when I couldn't make my fingers do what I wanted it to do. And I noticed when I was thinking about that when I was listening to the concert, that this same thing has transpired in my singing. I am so afraid to make mistakes, and I get so frustrated when I try to do something in a particular piece and it doesn't happen the first time. And when it's not working after I've been in the practice room for 5 days, I just want to quit and I want to give up. And I'm saying, it's not working, I can't do it, it's too hard, it sounds horrible, and so I'm just not going to do it. And I think that has held me back a little bit. And I don't really know how to get past that other than to just practice through the frustration. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're getting really frustrated and you're tiring out your voice, absolutely, you should stop practicing, take a break, do some mental practice, other things, and come back to it. But I really realized for the first time that that's a very big issue for me. And it makes me not want to practice. It makes me not want to do what I need to do. But that doesn't make any logical sense, because if I don't practice it and get the muscle memory in my voice, I'm not going to be able to do the thing that I'm trying to do. And I have to stop being so hard on myself and realize that it takes the practice, it takes the not so pretty sounds, and it takes the difficulty and the frustration in the middle to get to it. I'm not going to get it after 5 days in the practice room. That's just not how it works. So that is my biggest struggle right now, and I think if I can get myself through that I can conquer a lot of the issues I have in my mind in studying to sing. Case in point, the last thing I showed you I was working on was Messiah. I've probably worked on it about 5 times since I last made the video, and that's 2 weeks ago. I was already frustrated after the first practice session with these melismas. They escape me. My mind and my voice, I want to control them all so badly, but I know that in order to have control, I have to lose it. I can't control them. I have to let the breath and blah, 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 all that other good stuff. But I'm frustrated! But then I get mad because I want to be able to do it. But quitting doesn't fix the problem. So anyway, that's where I am with that right now. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. What are your struggles in the practice room? How do you deal with the fear and the challenge of it not sounding pretty and it being difficult to get the technique down that you're trying to get? What do you think about? What do you do to combat it? And if you have any words of wisdom or tips or ideas that you want to share, I would love to hear them. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.